Hey traders, this is Forex James. Welcome to the price action basics series. I've made a summary on price action trading and I've broken it up into 5 parts. Okay, I've simplified them into materials so that anyone will be able to trade with price action. Okay, so welcome to part 1, which is on finding direction of the markets. So the market only has 2 directions, up or down. Okay, even though in the tightest range, when it's going sideways, it still goes up and down. Okay, so it's our job as traders to pick a side where price will likely go to. This is a fundamental in price action trading. Okay, as I always start with picking a direction and having a bias. Okay, so how do I do that? We learn to identify turning points in the market on the upper time frames. Okay, let's jump to the charts. I would recommend using the daily or the H4, okay, depending on your trading style. Okay, but the upper time frame always dictates the direction of the lower time frame. Okay, keep that in mind. It may look like an uptrend on the 5-minute chart, but if it's a ceiling or it hits a resistance on the daily, it's most likely that price will go down, no matter what it's doing on the lower time frame. Okay, so let's begin on the upper time frame and let's learn on how to identify turning points. Okay, let's start right about here. Okay, this marks the turning point. Okay, price goes down, goes up, it turns again to the downside. This one here as well. Made a turn to the upside for 3 days, and then it turns again. Okay, right about here too. This one as well. Next, we have this area here. Next is this one here. Let's examine the characteristics of the candles, okay? The first turning point. What do you see here? A bearish long wick candle. The second one, a very bullish big body candles. Next, another long wick bearish candle. And another bullish big body candle. Long wick bearish candle again. And here's a neutral candle followed by a bullish candle. Okay, last of all, we have a big body candle here as well. Okay, so as you can see, these are the characteristics of a turning point to determine our direction. And how do we apply it to our trading? Once we have a bearish direction bias, let's say from this point onwards, we'll only be looking for shorts in this area that follow until the direction turns to the upside again. Okay, and after this point, we'll be looking for longs, and it's longs and longs and longs all the way until you see a bearish turning point right about here. Okay, it's not always obvious. We don't always get long wick candles at turning points. Sometimes the signal comes later after a big body candle that follows like this. Other times when you don't see a long wick candle or a big body candle on the daily, turn to the H4 and you'll be able to see some sort of price action around here. Okay, now let's talk about the impulsive versus the corrective wave. Let's take a look at this area here. This is an impulsive down wave. Okay, followed by a corrective wave and another impulsive wave. Okay, you may also draw it like this and combine the whole move. Okay, the impulsive wave determines direction. Alright, the corrective wave tells us that there's a pullback or retracement. Okay, so what that means is that usually after a turning point, an impulsive wave follows. Okay, and this confirms that direction is headed to the upside. And then it made a corrective wave. Okay guys, so that sums it all up on how to find direction in the market. You may use the daily or the H4. Okay, I'm a day trader. My trades ranges from day to swing trades. So I like to look at what it's doing on the upper time frame, and I like to enter on the smaller ones. Okay, and as long as I can get a 2-to-1 or 3-to-1 or more, I would gladly take the trade. Okay, for example, right now, I have a bearish bias on the daily. On the H4, we have a long wick candle that marks the turning point. On the H1, change the color to red. This marks the turning point. Okay, what that means is that I will be looking for shorts on my M15. Okay guys, that is about everything on finding direction in the markets. I'll see you in part 2.